Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me well? It's okay? Super. Thank you for joining us for this exciting plenary. Let's guess what? You are the first here, the first time you are hearing a different accent. Where is coming from, this one? This is a French one. French accent, first time in the transformation world. So very happy to be here on stage. Thank you. So the session is called Transformative Power of Knowledge Transmission. Sharing knowledge across generations helps us grow and move forward. By working together and valuing different perspectives, we can create a stronger and fair future for everyone. Today, we will explore how the exchange of knowledge fuels innovation and transformation. Let's talk about our legacy for the future. Our distinguished speakers have extensive experience in leading change, empowering teams, and shaping the future through their expertise. I am delighted to introduce on our panel 3 special guests here today. Tim Garipa from Adobe, here.
You brought your friend.
Catherine Redmond from SAP. And Camila Dallin, my friend from SNP, here with us on stage. Each of them will share insights on how knowledge sharing and transmission drive real-world innovation in their organizations and industries. Let's jump right on it. Tim, I will start with you.
All right, let's go.
How does Adobe utilize its own tools to enhance knowledge sharing and collaboration across remote teams and clients globally?
Sure. You know, knowledge, tools, and collaboration is so critical for today's environment, especially as we've moved to global workforces, as we've moved to more remote work and hybrid work environments going through COVID and now to the point where we are. The more access we have to knowledge, the faster we see transformations run, the velocity is higher, the outcomes tend to be better because the access to knowledge is there. We're not repeating the same lessons learned that we've had in the past. I thought I would highlight maybe a couple of tools that Adobe uses to facilitate getting knowledge in the hands of our people and also our customers. There's a lot of things that we leverage, but I thought I'd highlight 3 tools for y'all today that help foster that knowledge sharing and collaboration across a global workforce. A lot of people know Adobe for our creative products, right?
True.
For our Photoshop, for Lightroom, for a variety of other things. PDF, obviously, I mentioned yesterday. But a quarter of our business is actually coming from our digital experiences products. So how we enable businesses to drive greater collaboration, greater digital experiences across the enterprise. One of the products that we have is called Adobe Experience Manager. That is a great tool that really works and ties the websites and apps that are based on the Experience Manager together. There was a question around, well, how do we enable not just our people, but also our customers? Through Adobe Experience Manager, we can actually create B2B portals. So that way, our customers can come in and they can tie together their digital asset management and their content management systems to all have a single access point for knowledge that already exists across their systems. So that's one way that we leverage a great Adobe tool to drive a positive experience. I mentioned yesterday that there's going to be a new product that we're going to roll out coming out soon. I will say it's already soft launched, so it is accessible. I will also say if you access it before the hard launch, it is free to use. And the version that's free to, yes, the version that's free to use is in English, so I'll put that out as a caveat. And it's free in most regions. So, but essentially what it's called is Acrobat Projects. We rolled out a tool called Acrobat AI Assistant about a year ago, and it is a fantastic tool to get knowledge from single documents, single PDFs. But we realize in today's world, it's not all the information you need is not in a single place. It is on wikis, it's on SharePoints, it's on PowerPoint decks, it's on PDF documents. It can be almost any platform that's out there. And the really cool thing about Adobe projects, or Adobe Acrobat projects, is you can ingest all of those materials and use Acrobat projects as a way to quickly get information. Right? We know a lot at Adobe around how people learn, and the concept of sitting in a classroom for a long time, the typical person takes away about 10% of the information they learn in the classroom.
Okay.
So using something like Acrobat Projects, where you can ask the question and get real-time information that scans a variety of content types, is a great way to elevate your knowledge experience and make it easy for the actual individual. And then the last one I'll mention is Acrobat, or Adobe Express. So Adobe Express we launched about a year or two ago, and it was built on the ground up for creating anything. We wanted to enable teams to work with speed. We wanted to create a visually stunning product that allows you to share information in a really exciting way. But we also wanted to make it more than that. We wanted to make sure that it was something where knowledge was accessible, where it was engaging and fun to interact with. The great thing about Adobe Express is we can invite people to collaborate and get knowledge from our Adobe Express products without an application on their computer, without a login. So you can do it with your teams, you can leverage it for your customers, you can leverage it with your SI, and all of those things are enabled directly in Adobe Express. So for us, getting knowledge out there is really important, but making knowledge easy to access is even of greater imperative.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you.
Let's maybe deep dive a little bit. What innovative approaches or features, within Adobe's technology, you started to answer a little bit, have you found most effective for engaging dispersed, team you have around the world, and also fostering a culture of continuous learning?
Sure.
What would you share with us?
Yeah, I mean, global teams are not going away, right? So how we engage our people is critical to not only retaining the best possible talent, but also making Adobe and other places a great place to work, right? We want positive experiences for our people, and part of that is engaging the people that are on your team.
Yes.
Continuous learning for us is central to our DNA. We talk a lot around how we embed learning as part of our cultural norms. And in fact, some of the expectations that we have of our people, one of our core values is raise the bar. Yesterday I talked about own the outcome. Today I'll talk about raising the bar.
Good one.
And the concept of raising the bar is how do we continually get better? How are we not satisfied with the status quo, but we continually work to strive to get to the next thing, to the next level, and continuous learning helps us do that. We also realize that not all types of engagement can be done virtually, but things can be virtual. So what we like to do is figure out how do we parallel track in-person engagement with virtual engagement. So S4, which we just went live on a couple of months ago, one of the ways that we drove to get engagement out to our teams, and knowledge also, was a roadshow series, right? And it is probably what you're thinking, right? We went out on a roadshow. We launched the program like it was a true product launch, and we did it in 5 different locations. And that was a phenomenal in-person experience, right? It was a way to engage with people live and on site, but we also know that about 30% of our workforce is not in one of our 5 key centers. So how do we make sure that they feel like they're not a side part of the family, but they are getting the same attention that we gave to our own people. And so we launch virtual sessions similar to our in-person sessions that allows them to create an avatar. They can go and they see the setup just like it was in our core locations. They can get information. They can interact with a live agent. They can do some Q&A. They can post things in the virtual roadshow. So that's one way. We also developed a tool called Adobe Praxis. And Adobe Praxis is, I think it's super cool, right? It is essentially an AI virtual learning manager. But it's also highly engaging for our people, no matter where they are. And this is a little bit of crossover also to the last question, but what we saw from our Adobe Praxis is it delivers real-time, persona-based, task-level information for people. So it scans materials and it actually engages with you in the way that you probably want to be engaged. What we saw as a result of it is a 90% solve rate for people's queries, which in turn reduced our overall ticket numbers by over 1,000 and our response time significantly. The reason that parallels to engagement is if people are able to engage with a tool where they get exactly what they need, they're more likely to be successful, they're more likely to refer other people to that tool set, and you are more likely to up-level your overall performance of the team. And the last one I'll mention, so I don't take the whole time.
No worries.
Is we have a program called Lab 82. And Lab 82 is all about how we innovate engaging experiences both in office and virtually. And the whole concept is we don't want to roll things out and just hope that it works, but we actually go through trial, incubation, and make sure that the things that we are rolling out are both going to work in person and virtually. So one of the things that came out of Lab 82 is we had I mentioned about 5 sites that we rolled out for S4HANA. We also realized that there were people that were across teams in San Jose, in Lehigh, in Dublin, and we wanted them to collaborate better. We wanted the experience to be more engaging for them. So instead of just creating mission control sites where people could collaborate on site, we also enabled portal technology, digital whiteboards, to connect all of the sites together. So when you went into a room in San Jose, you could see the room in Lehigh. You could see the room in Dublin. People could put Post-it notes on the digital whiteboard and interact, and they see what's there. So it's not necessary to have a handover and a handover and a handover, because everything's live for you in the room, right? Technology is such a huge asset for everybody here, but it's also a huge asset for how we drive knowledge, how we drive collaboration, and how we drive engagement in today's world.
You're passionate.
I love it.
I love it. We could hear you listen to you for hours. That's super. That's wonderful. I want to use them, huh?
Yeah,
You need to guide me, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to learn from you. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, Catherine, my friend from SAP.
Hello. Hello.
In one way, and you started to talk a little bit about AI, and we will go back more on this topic with you, Catherine. So, in what ways is SAP using AI to personalize learning and knowledge transfer within organizations, especially in large and complex environments? So,
so the first thing we are doing in the labs in Paris was to encourage everyone to create new AI applications from scratch, just experience, be in a sandbox, and present also these results then to the employees first, and later also, of course, to our customers on site. So we started really with a grassroots movement because we wanted to motivate everyone just to use it, just to be curious, and just to test it. So this is really the approach we were driven, and now we are in the second phase, you can say. We are at the moment enabling all the skill-based, profile-based skills that people need to have for their job profile, and also get all the renewals that are constantly evolving for each position in the development. So it's really something you adjust the system while you are learning. You learn by experience. We do a lot of experience exchanges. We are at the moment organizing DX days in the next 3 months in Paris to experience how developers can exchange by sharing their knowledge internally first. And you can imagine SAP has a huge network that will be rolled out, of course, then also to our ecosystem.
Thank you, Katrin. We most of the time talk about efficiency, scalability, is the key topics. So how does SAP ensure the human side, of knowledge sharing that is really preserved while integrating advanced AI technologies, you mentioned that, and having that more efficient and scalable? What would you share here?
Yeah, I think what you said rightly, Tim, is to use the technology at the highest standard possible at every moment, and also incorporate experiences from human learners. That is, I think, the most important thing. Also incorporate young people, like from universities, being in contact constantly with PhDs, with master students, in order to roll in how they think, because they are the next future generation. And we started now a program, Boost Your Imagination, with hands-on workshops where everyone can, during lunchtime, experience and learn. So this is something, it has a huge good echo in our employees cohort, and I think that is the way to go forward. And then, of course, exchange how you can build on these ideas, also transferring to other unities, other labs, or other solutions.
Wow, thank you, Katrin. Thank you very much. Back to you, Camila. And so, how SNP utilize its expertise and knowledge to transform processes and deliver innovative solutions to clients in North America?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Well, I can speak probably about SNP in general, not just North America. We've been around for 30 years, as you know, and we are fortunate enough to have over 3,000 customers and have participated in over 15,000 transformative projects. So we've learned a lot over that time. We've gained more knowledge, more experience, more expertise that we pass along to our future customers and our future projects. And we help them be more agile, innovate, and realize value faster. And so some of the ways that we're helping customers innovate in particular is we're guiding them through the RISE journey to the cloud. And by virtue of being in the cloud, they're able to innovate at scale. And also, through our methodology and our software approach, we help eliminate bad history, deliver clean data, which is really key for companies to take advantage of AI. And then another initiative that goes across the board is sustainability, and we help companies reduce their data footprint, in many cases, most cases, move all the way to a hyperscaler, and that helps their sustainability goals as well. So that's on the customer side. Internally as well, we don't have a transformation office yet. However, we try to embed some of this innovation in our culture and in our DNA. So we give our employees the space to develop and think innovatively for the benefit of SNP ourselves or our customers. And we have, as an example, one of our key AI architects had a side project for about 1 or 2 years. And he developed a multilingual, multimodal AI agent that extracts data from SNP, from external sources, processes images, etc. And you know this very well as SnappyBot, which we're using now across the board and getting more and more familiar with it. It's increasing our accuracy and our efficiency.
Wow, thank you, Camila. When it comes to strategy, and what strategies has SNP implemented to ensure effective knowledge transfer, both technical and strategic, that benefits so your organizations and partners and clients, I think, But what would you say here, or which other way, as you
prefer,
Camilla?
I think one of the imperatives that we have, and I think we all have, and we all talk about this, is narrowing the AI knowledge gap. And I think one of the ways to do that is to put AI tools in the hands of people that help them with whatever processes they normally, like SnappyBot is a great example. So really bringing up the baseline knowledge that the people have in the organization so that they can take it from there. So I think that's one thing. And then we talked about the generations, and you mentioned that as well. So I think it's key, obviously, to bring in the new generation and merge and integrate that and embrace that with the people that are already in the company. And I think the university connection is very important, but it's also important how to integrate, once you have the new next generation on board, how do you integrate them without minimizing the value that those with greater experience have in the organization, without minimizing that. And I think that's a bit of a challenge. And it's not just finding out how to transfer knowledge from one generation to the next. It's really, how do you collaborate? We view the world differently, approach problems differently, and how do you kind of get the best out of both of those? And I think, if you can unlock that's a real multiplier for the organization.
Okay, thank you, Camilla. Amazing. We are near to the end, so thank you. Thank you really to all of you, our speakers, really for sharing these valuable insights. To all the audience here, it's clear that the power of knowledge transmission is critical driver of transformation, innovation, and sustainable growth in our industries. As we look ahead to future opportunities, I encourage really everyone here to consider how fostering open knowledge sharing and see how it can really accelerate change in your organizations and communities. That's important. And once again, thank you for your organization, for your participation. And let me invite you on the backstage. If you have any questions, we will be there all. And for the last word, I will say, remember, together, we are stronger. Thank you guys for being here with us.